Hello, everyone. My guest today is James Baraz, and this one is personal for me because James is one of my own teachers, and I had the chance to meet him here in Istanbul. James found meditation in 1974 and it turned his life around. He went from teaching elementary school to co-founding Spirit Rock, one of the places this whole tradition grew from. But the thread that runs through everything he does is joy. Not the first kind, but the conviction that your own genuine joy has a way of awakening it in everyone you meet. James, thank you for being here.
It's quite a joy for me to talk to you, to be here with you, because you are someone dear in my heart and affected myself, my heart, my family, my friends, and everyone around me. It's like a butterfly effect. You are touching a lot of people in here too, and you are doing a lifetime of this work. And so, yeah, thank you for being here, accepting my invitation.
Yes,
Um,
I want you to know that when Jane, my wife, was asking what I'm doing today, and I mentioned about this conversation, and then I read your initial email, and read it to her. I hadn't looked at it in a little while, and I was very moved and just so happy that um, yeah, that my words helped you let go of needing to cover up your your joy. Yeah, it just makes me feel really moved that that was so helpful for you. And look at you now. Yeah.
mm, yeah, I was in very dark days. These were very dark days for me. Like I was feeling shame, a lot of shame, feel joy in the midst of this world. And yeah, what you said to me still in my ears, like, who would it help to have one more sad person? You know,
Share your good heart. We need it.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's what you're doing. Yeah.
Mm,
So very happy that I could be part of that. Just
mm,
remind you who you are and don't hold back.
mm, mm. Thank you. Mm, oh, I need to take this in.
Yeah, we could
Uh,
sit
eh,
for a few moments together and just
yeah.
yeah. Should we sit for like a minute, 2 minutes?
Yes,
We
our
go.
audience can sit with us too.
Okay, setting my insight timer.
Mm,
2 minutes to share the moment, feel the goodness inside, and open to this moment of life, and enjoy meeting in that together. So here we go, 2 minutes.
Mm. May our practice benefit everyone around us, around the world, everywhere, anytime. Yeah.
May it be so.
Mm. And James, I wonder what keeps you in this practice after all these decades? Because I know that there are ups and downs in life, and we are like our practice is changing with us. And yeah,
What keeps me in this practice?
in the practice. Yeah,
Well,
over the years.
uh, it's been the central um, connection to myself and to life and to the goodness inside. And when I'm not practicing, I have an agreement to get into the posture and meditate every day. I've had that for decades. Um, if I happen to miss a day, then sometimes that's okay. So I'm not trying to achieve anything, but it's rare that I would miss a day. And it just, when I take the time to connect, like we just did now, um, all the dramas, all the worries, all of the ifs and the ands and what ifs and toppling forward to the future or thinking about the past with regret or whatever, it just kind of it disappears. It's like, like you're pressing the clear button on a calculator, and it doesn't matter how complicated things would get, and you press that C, and it's uh, all clear right at the beginning. And I remember this is the best moment, the only moment to be fully alive. So um, it's the thing that keeps me connected um, to what's really important, which is
Mm.
being here in this moment and meeting it with as much uh, goodness and kindness and understanding as I can. So it's not a matter of what keeps me in it. It's I'm glad that I don't have to force anything. This is it's like my true north, my North Star.
Mm-hmm.
That this is where I come into myself and into everything around me, and helps me be most fully alive.
Yeah, I can totally resonate with that.
Mm.
The days I'm not practicing, I feel that I'm not 100% myself.
Yeah,
It's like um even people very close to me can understand the difference for myself. And I'm only sitting for, I don't know, 11 years. And yeah, it's amazing how it changes our lives. And my next question will be about joy, because I had the privilege to join Awakening Joy training and yeah, be there and listen it from you and read your amazing book. And so how do presence and joy hold each other is my question. Because I think everyone will benefit from this. And like we talked a moment ago about like the finding joy in my darkest moments. Learning joy helped me a lot. And yeah, how do presence and joy hold each other? embrace each other and embrace ourselves.
Yeah. Well, as you might remember, in the course or in the book, I I had that natural way of being um, earlier on in my practice, and then for a little while, I lost my joy. I got very serious about my meditation practice, my spiritual practice, um, and um, after a while, I realized this is not what the teachings are about. Um, and so when I said, wait a second, I think I really need to come back to what I know has been true, that um, when I approach life with gratitude and appreciation and let my natural, everyone has, I think, natural source of love, but when I let my love out, when I see the good, um, then I help bring it out of others too. So I got very interested in using the teachings um, to help me come back to my true nature. Because in the teachings, in Buddhist teachings, there's a lot of emphasis on suffering, the Four Noble Truths. There is suffering in life, there's a cause of suffering, there's an end to suffering, and there's a path leading to the end of suffering. But really, the Buddha was called the happy one, and it's not only about suffering, but you can go overboard in that direction. So I looked back at the teachings and was very curious to see what the Buddha, and this practice comes from Buddhist teachings, had to say about cultivating happiness and well-being. And so that was very exciting for me to come back not only to that part of the teachings, but to come back to myself. So mm, that, along with looking for the good,
Mhm.
which had been a very big practice for many years. Here's a picture of one of my main teachers. This is Ram Dass,
Mhm.
uh,
Yeah.
and and his teacher was an Indian, uh, Neem Karoli
Curly
Baba,
Baba. Yeah.
and or
I love them.
Maharaji, his name is. So, and Maharaji's teaching was, yeah, keep looking for the good. Well, actually, his teaching was that really struck me was the best form to worship God is every form. And when I first heard that, this is 50 years ago, I thought, wow, loving every form? How can you do that? And I took it, translated in my own mind to uh, just keep on looking for the good, looking for the divine in everyone as much as I could. And the more I I saw for myself, the more I look for that in others, not only does it feel good for me, but others can feel that themselves. Just like when if you sense that somebody is judging you, how do you feel? Maybe you feel small or defensive and all. But if you sense that somebody is just seeing your goodness and how beautiful you are uh, inside, even more than whatever outside, then when people sense that that's how you're looking at them, they relax, and that naturally is activated and is open. So everybody wins. So that became a very strong practice. It had been for many years, and then when I lost my joy, and I was like, oh, I misunderstood some teachings uh, around the Buddhist path. But when I came back and said, "Oh, this is who we all really are," to just see the goodness, see the Buddha in everyone, or see the kingdom of heaven in everyone, that came very naturally, and it came back to me. And it's such a better way to live, to just see the goodness in others, the goodness in life, and with a grateful heart. It just feels good for me and everyone around.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And when it's for me, it's easy to love people I love, James. Like I can easily send metta to you and love you and feeling the love. And but when it comes to a difficult person, then it's a really different practice. But what I learned from you, seeing the goodness even in a difficult person, just make me realize that there is no singularity in a person, in a personality.
Mm,
Like there are other sides of us, and there are, we can say, faces. We have like different thousands of faces, like the size of a diamond. And
mhm,
sometimes we are focusing only one part of it, and being like we are seeing the person from this angle, this thumb on my eye, and then I'm only seeing the thumb.
mhm.
I don't see the big, beautiful, amazing things around. And this finding the divine or Buddha, the nature, or how you call it, in everyone, it's amazing. And yeah, seeing the goodness in everything, in every day, everywhere, in every person. It's like then it's the practice, and my heart started to change. It's like it was like the ice started to break. The armor, there was a huge thick armor around my heart, and it was like started to crack, and there was light coming in, and like, okay, another way is possible. This is not the only way.
How beautiful. Yeah, you got it. And just to clarify, if somebody is thinking, well, what about people who are mean or who are
Yeah.
um, cruel and unconscious and doing things that are hurtful? That's advanced looking for the good. And so, just to in case it crosses somebody's mind who might be watching this, that the practice then is, for me, seeing mm, in the teachings when somebody does something hurtful, I I don't I don't really use the word evil.
Hmm.
That rather than evil, uh, in the teachings, ignorance in the sense of not really understanding, not really seeing where true happiness lies, um, helps me a lot better to not close my heart, but to see that people do hurtful things because they've been hurt.
Yes.
And so, or in some way or another, they've been, um, they've learned ways that don't serve them and don't serve others. And so I try to tune into what might cause somebody doing unskillful things. And with that, everybody has their upbringing that develops them in some way. And so I think of them when they were very young and innocent.
Mm-hmm.
Chances are they came into this world like all babies. Hello, and they squeal with delight, but they've just gone through some kind of conditioning, and
Mhm.
so that helps me see their pain and feel, if not joy around them, feel compassion for their lack of understanding or for their ignorance, and wish them to get in touch with the goodness that they came into this world with. It was, I'll share a little anecdote that I think I mentioned in the book. I live right near the University of California in Berkeley, and one of the best universities ever. And I was walking through the halls one day, and I saw this big poster, and it was a very sad boy on the poster. And underneath the caption read, a child raised in a home with domestic violence is 700 times more likely to have domestic violence in their adulthood. And I saw that, and it just kind of stopped me in my tracks. And I was so moved, and realizing that the adult, either on the receiving end or the activating end, um, probably had that in their childhood in some way. So who's to blame? Can you blame that adult for what happened to them when they were young, or the parents, or their parents? Because it's just kind of generations passing along bad habits. And it really helped me to remove some of the judgment that says, how could they do that? We are all products of our conditioning. So that's always been a big challenge, I think, for all of us, and an ongoing practice for me to not judge and just imagine why somebody would do hurtful things. Even leaders who are very insensitive, um, they might not be able to see the light in this lifetime, but I really feel for their internal reality. I sure wouldn't want to be in that mind and in that heart. So then the joy and the gladness turns into compassion. So either way, the heart needs to soften instead of see them as the enemy.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I think practicing in this way also helps you to protect when you are getting some kind of violence, abuse. So then, while showing compassion and understanding, you can also protect yourself. Okay, I can understand you, but I can protect myself. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
We can we can say stop rather than trying to make them happy, or you know you can block this chain of reaction and you can say, okay, no,
Yeah.
now it's time to love myself. And yeah.
And wish them well. May they learn another way, but in the meantime, um, the more, loving kindness was given as a protection. When you wish well, or you can have compassion with an open heart, it is the great antidote to being a target for ill will. You send it out, and it's like a protection that both keeps the heart open and can maybe benefit them. So I'm the one that benefits the more I can wish others well. It's a it's a paradox. It's kind of mm, the Dalai Lama calls uh, wishing others well and trying to support their goodness selfish altruism.
Yes.
That is, you want to wish and be there for others as best you can, but you're the one that benefits. So that's how it works.
Yeah. Yeah. And James, before closing, I have one last question. And if you have a power to the people like joining this series, offer if you have the power to give one thing for cultivating joy, what would it be?
Let's see. There's many, but I'm just thinking about my 10 steps in the course. Um, and it starts with intention. It starts with intention um, to place well-being and happiness at the center of our lives. Not It's not selfish, but everybody wins from that. And then this is not just one thing, but maybe just they go together. Um, Along with that intention, then being really present for your life and having a grateful heart is the most direct way. Um, Gratitude, which then takes the form of loving ourselves, loving ourselves, which naturally opens to loving others. So it's the intention to see the good, like I was saying, and to be very present. Why not be present for your life? I'd rather be that way than just sleepwalking. And to see the goodness inside is a very key piece because sometimes we're the last ones that we direct that kindness and love towards. And not saying, oh, aren't I wonderful, but saying, oh, there's good in here. And then the more I see there's good in here, the more I naturally want to share it with others. So there are 10 steps, and you can point to your students to see all of them from gratitude to loving others and compassion and living with integrity. But basically, it comes down to seeing the goodness inside and outside.
Thank you, James. Thank you.
Pleasure to be with you. Yeah.
Thank you for your time. Yeah, for generous sharings. sharing your time, sharing your know-how and yourself. And yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for
Mm.
all the beautiful work you do.
Mm. Yeah.
Carry it on.
Oh.